Hi, my name's Joyce Lorigan, and I'm Group Head of Affairs of a company called Springer Nature, which is a science, communications and technology company based here in Berlin.
Well, Joyce, welcome to the show. Supposedly, how was your tour experience so far?
I'm a tour virgin. This is my first time.
Fantastic.
But great little venue, and I can't believe how many people are here. It's
I know,
a
yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah. It's got a great buzz around it.
Yeah.
So with our first question, I guess I'd like to ask you, how can researchers leverage AI-assisted tools to optimize their workflow?
So everybody wants science to be as fast as it can, because obviously science sits behind the discoveries that help us all, whether it's our health or whether it's things like solving big challenges like climate change. Science really has the key to unlock those discoveries that will help us. So there's a real pressure on science to be faster and faster. So AI is a huge opportunity for us to be able to do that. By helping scientists, giving them tools that basically takes away all of the stuff that they don't want to do, the kind of admin work that's required in publishing their science. If you can do that, and also we can use AI through the whole publishing process, it allows us to be able to speed it up. And what that does in turn is give researchers more time to do what they do best, which is actually what we want them to be doing best, which is the research itself.
Fantastic. And I guess, what role do scientific publishers like Springer Nature play here?
So we sit sort of at the intersection, if you like, between the scientific community, but also the tech and innovative companies which are building their products and services on the back of scientific discovery. So the role that we can play is to make sure that the science that they're basing their discoveries on can be trusted and can be found and shared.
Yeah.
And that's where technology plays a really, really big role for us, not just in terms of sharing it on our digital platforms, but also making sure that it can be trusted. So, for example, we have large organizations which have grown up, unfortunately fueled by AI, who are out to basically make money off the back of publishing science papers. So these are fraudulent companies. Wow. And that has grown a lot over the last few years. And what they're doing is they're selling to researchers the chance to get published. And this is mythical research that's been made up. And so we have to stay one step ahead of those companies to make sure that we can catch and stop those papers coming through the system, because what we don't want is research out there that can't be trusted, because that's what our reputation is based on, the trusted science.
Wow. And I suppose as well, in terms of, given that people are increasingly using AI tools as writing assistants, how does this human-machine interaction affect authorship?
So there was a recent research study. It was Oxford University Press research. I think over 2,000 researchers. And what was interesting in that was only about a month ago, and they discovered that about 3/4 of researchers are already using AI. So they see the opportunity to help them do their job more quickly and easily, but at less than 10% actually trust that their data will be used and protected. And obviously that's a massive gap. And we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to fill that gap. So transparency is really important. So, for example, if you're using AI in a Nature paper, it's part of our policy to say that you have done that and explain how you've used it. So there's transparency in the system. So that's really important. But also for us, when we're using AI to accelerate things like article or book production, so it might be translations or whatever, there's always humans in the loop, and that's just so important. The AI technology can get you so far, and it's incredible what it can do, but it's really important that humans stay in the loop. So recently, as an example, we had a hack day down here in Germany, actually. And we got together our own editors and some research authors to see what we could do with GPT to create a book very quickly. So they sat in the room, and there was a lot of ping pong prompts between the GPT and the authors. And within a day, they had 170 pages of this book created. Wow. So can you imagine what you could do at scale if you did that? But obviously, at every step of the way, every prompt had authors and editors inputting to it. It was checked at the end. It was checked for the quality and integrity of it. So it can't just be technology, it has to be technology and the experts working together. That's really important to get
like
that balance.
The creative is still key involved in that as well.
Exactly. Humans, expert humans actually as well. I mean, these are people who really know their subject really well. Working with technology and AI, that combination, if you get it right, is potentially very powerful if it's done in the right way.
Perfect. And I guess just to finish up, is there any other message you'd like to share with tech enthusiasts around the kind of future of the work you guys are doing?
I think what's been fantastic about being here today, I was just talking to a wonderful group in the room who, some of them knew that the company's Springer Nature, but most of them aren't scientists. And hopefully we've conveyed the message that this is just a fantastic time for technology to really enable science. And there's a lot of startup companies here. We acquired a couple of startups recently in the AI space. I think there's just a fantastic opportunity at the moment for those two worlds to come together to really help progress and help solve big challenges that we all have.
Fantastic. Well, Joyce, thank you so much for dropping by the Q podcast studio today at TOA. And we look forward to learn a lot more about what you guys are up to.
Thank you very much for your time. Nice to meet you.